They say the truth will set you free. That's a load of bullshit. I'm Lenny Sannes, and this is my story. A tale of police negligence, court injustice, personal strength, and the relentless search for truth. I never asked to be a hero, a warrior, or a fighter. All I wanted was a quiet life making music, working on my property, and hanging out with my dog Louie. But life had other plans. It threw me into a hellish nightmare where I had to fight, not just for my freedom, but for my very soul. It started with a summer evening, working late into the night to seal coat my driveway. I was just trying to keep my place nice, you know. But then some lunatic showed up, bashing my house with a baseball bat, and everything changed. In the blink of an eye, I went from a peaceful man to a defendant in a twisted legal circus. The police, the supposed protectors of justice, turned out to be nothing but crooked jackasses. They didn't care about the truth. The so-called forensic expert didn't do a damn thing he was supposed to. The detective didn't believe a word I said. 5 police departments, and not one of them gave a damn about real justice. And the court? A complete joke. They painted me as a murderer, a criminal, even though I was just defending myself. They tried to lock me up 40 years, ripping away my freedom, my dignity, my life. But I fought back. With the help of my parents who came together despite their differences, I got the best lawyer we could find. We fought tooth and nail, exposing the lies and corruption. This isn't just my story. It's a story about standing up against a broken system, about refusing to back down when you're right. It's about the strength to keep going when everything is against you, and the unyielding search for the truth. So, here it is, the raw, unfiltered story of my fight for justice. It's messy, it's brutal, and it's real. If you're looking for a sanitized version of the truth, you won't find it here. This is my life, my battle, and my testimony to the fact that sometimes you have to fight like hell to prove you're right. Chapter 1, A Peaceful Life. Before the chaos, there was peace. Life was simple, working on my music, tending to my property, and spending time with my loyal dog Louie. My days were filled with the rhythm of routine and the quiet joys of country living. But as I look back now, it feels like a distant dream. A calm before the storm that would change everything. Life on my property is simple and peaceful. It's hard to remember what it was like before this tranquility settled in. Perhaps it was spent creating music and tending to my land. Music has always been my inspiration. Listening to music and relating to other people's experiences sparked something in me. I'd hear a song and think, damn, that makes sense. It evolved into my own thing, developing my own sound, something original. And as long as I kept getting better, I'd keep going. I've even taught music production at 2 schools in Manistee, the regular high school and the alternative academy after school. I eat, sleep, and breathe music. If there's anything positive about me, it's that. You see, a lot of music is about perception and playing the hand you're dealt. And the hand I was dealt, it was rough. But I made do with what I had and came out a very dark place. At my lowest, I was beyond suicidal, thinking about doing bad things to others on my way out. My anger issues have always been a part of me, and I've been on medication my whole life. Now I'm on 5 different meds for PTSD, insomnia, mood disorder, depression, and anxiety. Add drug addiction and a murder charge to the mix, and things can spiral quickly. I feel like I've come back from the dead, literally. If I had ended up in prison, I'd be dead one way or another. I wouldn't have let myself be anyone's bitch, and I wasn't about to put up with any of that. I would have fought, gotten more charges, and been thrown deeper into that hole they wanted to leave me in, but I clawed my way out with tooth and nail, barely making it. I've been producing music for about 20 years now. I'm working on my 3rd album. Every moment spent writing and producing original music has been a huge part of my life. I've already got 2 albums out, and it's something I take seriously. I know a lot of people write music, but I'm not just another run-of-the-mill schmuck. After everything that's happened to me, it's really amplified my abilities and my perspective. In the music industry, I don't do this to get rich. I work to pay my bills, and I've never taken a handout. I'm not trying to get a record deal because I don't want one. Music is my passion, outlet, and a way of making sense of the chaos. I pour my heart and soul into it, and it's helped me survive. So here I am, working on my 3rd album, finding solace in the strings and rhythms. Life on my property with my dog Louie by my side is simple and peaceful. This is the calm before the storm, the last bit of tranquility before everything changes. I don't want anyone else to be responsible for my collection of works. My music is my therapy. If someone can relate to it, good for them. But I don't give a fuck either way. I'll do it till I die. I can see myself at 80 or 90 still messing around with the guitar. If I'm still breathing, I'll be working on my music one way or another. Before anything else, I'm a musician. It's my character, my identity. But life hasn't always been just about music. I used to be a foreman and ran work for 7 years. My job was tough, physically demanding hard labor. You need to be in the right state of mind, both physically and mentally, to handle situations bigger and heavier than you on a daily basis. It's conditioned me to understand how the world works. You can't compare a guy who mows lawns to someone who builds battery plants and hydroelectric dams. When shit hits the fan, the guy with real-world experience knows how to deal with it. Working in serious conditions with huge cranes and heavy machinery teaches you to be aware of your surroundings and understand cause and effect. At any point, lives could be at stake. You have to be prepared for anything. This is my life, balancing the peace of creating music with the harsh realities of hard labor. It's a mix that's shaped who I am today, ready to face whatever comes next. So when someone comes at me, I'm ready. I know how to break things down and make it happen no matter what's trying to stop me. It doesn't matter if it's an obstacle or a challenge, I handle it. I understand my environment, physics, and basic engineering. I know what makes things stand and what makes them fall. Structural integrity is something I get. I have a jumble of memories when I think back to my childhood. My parents got divorced when I was 7, which meant a lot of moving around and shuffling between different towns and homes. I spent my teenage years with my friends, inline skating and getting into the usual mischief. We did our fair share of dumb stuff, but those were good times, carefree and full of energy. I was an only child, so I learned to entertain myself. Music became my refuge. I started playing at 16 and have been doing it for over 20 years. I've been in countless terrible bands, but that journey shaped me. The music I make now is light years ahead of what I used to do. Music is vital to me. I wouldn't exist without it. I've always been a worker, though. I'm a journeyman laborer, having been in the labor union for 11 years. I travel around working on industrial construction projects at power plants. It's hard work, but it's honest, and it keeps me busy. Louis, my Chinese pug, is my constant companion. He's a small black bundle of joy, loyal and loving, but he's not my first. Tank was, and he lived to be 12. Then came Jet, my only purebred pug, a KC, UKC registered beauty. Jet black from nose to tail. Losing Jet was devastating. He was hit by a car but held on long enough to die in my arms. After that, I went a long time without a dog. Then Louis came into my life, and now he's the best dog I could ask for. He's about to turn 4, always by my side, a reminder of the bond I've had with my dogs over the years. I even had a pug tattooed on my arm, a tribute to the ones who have meant so much. My girl and I have been through a lot together. We've been together for almost 8 years, and I love her deeply. I'm no saint, but I do my best to care for her. We've had our share of struggles, including a murder charge that turned our world upside down, but we've learned a lot about each other through all the trials. I don't worry about her loyalty. She's my rock, and I do my best to be hers. I've done my best to help her with her kids. I'm not their dad, but I try to care for them like my own. I've never had kids and probably never will at 40, but I know the importance of family. If my parents hadn't helped me through my toughest times, I'd likely be dead. I understand the value of a relationship with your parents. I also have a cat named Action Bronson. He's a 6-year-old badass. Before I ended up in jail for 2 months, I had a bunch of animals, 10 chickens and 3 rabbits. Unfortunately, my parents had to give them away when I got incarcerated. Losing all my farm animals was a tough blow. Now I'm rebuilding. I've got chickens again and plan to get more animals soon. My property is a haven. It's 10 acres of serene beauty with a pond, and I rent it out to people who want a northern Michigan getaway. There's a website and everything. Guests love the fresh eggs from my chickens and the rustic charm of being woken up by a rooster. Kids especially love having animals around, and honestly, I think animals are cooler than people. They bring a special kind of joy and companionship that's hard to find elsewhere. So I keep them close. That's just how I roll. Revisiting the past isn't easy. I struggle with it every day, trying not to be mad at the world. It's hard, and I can snap at anyone. It doesn't matter who they think they are. Titles, jobs, racism, all that stuff is petty. When you're locked up in maximum security with violent offenders, you forget about that quickly. No one is better than anyone else. We're all just trying to get by.